Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Tom Lang Park in Weyburn for another edition of Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live here on FloCollege. It's been a while since we've talked to you from Tom Lang Park. The Alberta swing took place, so the last 7 games have been on the road for the Beavers. And looks like we're in for a real nice night of baseball here. A little bit cooler. It's about 20 degrees and expects a mix of some sun and cloud. The wind is out of the east-southeast at 19 kilometers an hour, gusting to 29. So that is about 12 to 18 miles per hour. And the 20 degrees is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So Beavers looking to get back in the winning column here tonight against the Swift Current 57s. Both teams have 7 wins on the year. The Beavers 21 losses, Swift Current 24 losses. Both teams a chance to reel in the Moose Jaw Miller Express, who lost their 18th game today earlier to the Lethbridge Bulls. The umpires for today's game, home plate is Braden Lonsbury at first base, Mike Richards, and at third base is Barrett Fleck. We'll take a break for the anthem and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. We're going to take a look at the starting offensive lineup here for the Swift Current 57s. Leading things off is Wilmer Enriquez, the third baseman, and he'll wear uniform number 30. Was leading the league in home runs up until Ethan Menard just recently passed him. Gus Kane is at first base tonight wearing number 32, and he'll bat second. The number 3 hitter Silas Hilton is in left field wearing number 25. Number 1 Jose Ayala is in center field tonight and batting in the cleanup spot. Number 22 Yuji May is at second base and batting fifth. The number 6 hitter Luis Ayala, he'll catch tonight and wears number 8. The number 7 hitter, the right fielder Donovan Borg, wearing number 3. The number 8 hitter Rydell Adair is at shortstop wearing number 9. And the designated hitter Ethan Bailey wearing number 31. Braxton Vale was a late scratch from the lineup. Not sure if that's injury related. But Ethan Bailey, the designated hitter, will bat 9th. Starting pitcher for the Swift Current 57s is Riker Ratcliffe, number 27. For the Weyburn Beavers, Alex Alva will lead things off, and he'll play second base tonight, number 4. Noah Brooks is in the 2 spot in left field and wearing number 23. Number 15, Ryan Dauphiny, is in right field, and he'll bat third. Designated hitter Ian Heck in the cleanup spot, number 12. Number 7, Braden Mancourt, is at first base and batting fifth. Trevor Dale is the starting third baseman tonight, number 6. Zach Tanabe bats 7th, and he'll start at shortstop, wearing number 9. Number 10, Rob Gurney, is the catcher tonight for the Beavers, and he'll bat 8th. Chet McDaniel, the center fielder, rounds out the order, wearing number 2. The starting pitcher tonight is Dylan Parton. Dylan on the year. He's appeared in 6 games, started 5. This will be his 6th start. So far this year, 24 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 38 hits, 23 runs, only 15 of them earned. Slider is low for ball 1. On the first pitch of the game at 7:05, right as scheduled. And quickly, 2 balls, no strikes, the count. And Wilmer Henriquez. Parton, 18 strikeouts to go along with only 4 bases on balls. So a good ratio there. He has a 1-1 record and a 5.54 earned run average. 3 consecutive balls to open the ball game. And Dylan Parton delivers a strike there. And it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Fouled over the screen and out of play. And that'll fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Wilmer Henriquez. Henriquez a 3.23 average. Swing and a miss. And down he goes for the first out of the ball game. Dangerous hitter, 8 home runs on the year. So I think he drew even with Ethan Menard again. And Gus Kane will be the hitter. Kane, wearing number 32, left-handed hitter, is the starting first baseman for the 57s. And Kane on the year, a 259 average. He has 29 hits in 112 at-bats, 7 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and leads the 57s with 21 RBIs. A swing and a miss at a slider there, strike 1. Another slider, a swing and a miss. And quickly, Dylan Parton ahead. 0-2. Lefty-lefty matchup. The Dylan Parton slider can be awfully tough on left-handed hitters. We'll see if he decides to go with it again here. Fastball. Tried the fastball up. Be interesting to see. I would think that Kane would be sitting on that slider right now, so it might be wise not to throw it here, but we'll see. There's another slider, and he rips it right at Braden Mancourt. So he was sitting on it, he got it, and he ripped it hard. And he lines out to first baseman Braden Mancourt for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring Silas Hilton to the plate. Hilton, the starting left fielder, wearing number 25. And so far this year, a 291 average. Fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 30 hits and 103 trips, 5 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 10 runs batted in for Silas Hilton. 1-1 the count. Slider in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball low. 3 balls and a strike. So 2 of the 3 hitters have gone 3-1. And a fastball low. And that'll bring Jose Ayala to the plate. Silas Hilton aboard with a 2-out walk here in the top of the first inning. Still scoreless. Foul ball off of Ayala. And it's an 0-1 count. For Jose Ayala, 279 average, 31 hits in 111 at-bats. 6 doubles, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Good for second on the 57 roster. Good location on that fastball. Taken for strike 2. 0-2 with 2 outs. And a slider rip foul. Still 0-2. Dylan Parton from Cypress, Texas. The left-hander is a sophomore at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. Pitch up in the zone. Taken for the first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Silas Hilton, the base runner at first. Fastball sails outside, 2-2. Hilton has 3 stolen bases on the season. Whoa, the slider just misses. Ayala just able to hold up on it, and that'll fill the count. Runner will be going. There he goes. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Count remains full. Yuji Ime in the on-deck circle for the 57s. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Dylan Parton in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. And after a half inning of play, the Swift Current 57-0, the Weyburn Beavers coming to bat, and we'll have that for you here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Bottom of the first inning, and Riker Ratcliffe, the starting pitcher for the Swift Current 57s. He's a 6-foot, 200-pound right-hander from Lamar, Colorado. He's a freshman at Trinidad State College, where he would play for his head coach here in Swift Current, Rudy Estrella. And leading things off For the Weyburn Beavers, there'll be Alex Alva, who had a pretty good road trip once he got moved into the leadoff spot in Brooks. And he'll be followed by Noah Brooks and Ryan Dauphiny in the bottom of the first. Fastball outside from Ratcliffe, ball one. So far this year, Alex Alva, a 267 average, 27 for a 101. Has 1 home run and 20 runs batted in. And misses outside, 2 balls. Alex possesses good speed, 9 steals on the year. He leads the Beavers in stolen bases. A starting second baseman tonight. 3 balls and no strikes. Wilmer Enriquez playing in at third base in the event of a bunt attempt, aware of Alva's speed. Takes the 3-0 pitch for strike one. 3 balls and a strike. And Alva rips out one over the second baseman and into the gap, and he's going to try for 2. And he's in there. Leadoff double, Alex Alva. And Noah Brooks will be the hitter with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Noah on the year, a 321 average, 34 for 106 on the season. I have a special guest in the booth, Austin Gurney of the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Welcome, Austin.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it.
1 strike the count to Noah Brooks. Well, my first guest here. This is awesome.
Glad I could make it.
Bluff pickoff move. Alex Alva back safely. So 4 Noah Brooks, 7 doubles on the year, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. Second on the team with 7 steals. Fouled back to the screen. 0-2 the count. Ryan Dauphiny in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. Hard-fought game today in Moose Jaw. Man, it
Lost by 1. It was a barn burner for sure.
that was a tight one.
It was.
We were paying attention while we were having pregame. Low, ball 1. Good location. Fastball low in the zone by Ratcliffe, trying to get him to chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alex Alva, the runner at second base. Little flash there. Wasn't a very big one. I mean, I would expect a little more, but trying to be subtle, I guess. High ball 2. Looked like he tried a slider and sailed it. Of course, the last time these two teams met, the Beavers got off to a really fast start. Low. Fastball down. Alex Alva getting a lot of attention at second base. They've got the scouting report. Well, if the hustle double didn't show him, right? Ball 4. First base on balls of the game, issued by Riker Ratcliffe. for Ratcliffe on the year. He's appeared in 6 games prior to this, started 5 of them, so 21 and 2/3 coming into tonight, 32 hits, 23 runs allowed, 19 of them earned. Has 12 strikeouts to go along with 16 bases on balls, so there's the problem right there. 1 win, 2 losses on the year, and a 7.89 earned run average. And Ryan Dauphiny comes to the plate with 2 aboard and nobody out. Doff on the year, 328 average, 39 hits and 119 trips, leads the team with 10 doubles. And that's hit in the air to right and deep, and it's out of here! Home run, Ryan Dauphiny! A 3-run shot on the first pitch of the at-bat! Alva scores! Brooks scores! Home run number 4 for Ryan Dauphiny. Touch 'em all! Hit it hard and sailed it up with a wind blowing out there tonight. This is a night for Austin Gurney. The contact hitter. First pitch to Ian Heck. Breaking ball that he takes for strike 1. 3-0. Beavers lead on the 3-run home run by Ryan Dauphiny. And Heck hits that to deep center field. Under it back there is Ayala, and he'll make the catch. 1 away. Get me a little bit excited. And Braden Mancourt will be the hitter. Mancourt on the year, 274 average, 29 hits and 106 trips, 7 doubles, a home run, and 16 runs batted in on the year for Mayo. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. On the year, Mancourt, 9 bases on balls. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. And the reason that's significant, 4 more to be the all-time walks leader in Beaver history, career-wise. So we're keeping an eye on that. Maybe the Mayo watch isn't quite as exciting as the Doff watch last year, but hey, anytime you set a career record for anything, it's pretty significant. Trevor Dale will be the hitter. Trevor in a bit of a hitting lull right now. Average down to 297, 30 for 101. Swing and a miss. For Trevor Dale, 4 doubles, a triple, and 6 home runs. 15 runs batted in on the year. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Braden Mancourt, the runner at first base. Zach Tanabe in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. Inside and low, blocked by Luis Ayala. 2 balls and a strike. Low, 3-1. Oh, do you think he's going to throw him here?
Probably let's go back to another breaking ball, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was the first attempt at the first breaking ball wasn't a great one.
3-1 count.
And he threw him a fastball. And he hit a base, and he hit a single. That's why you should have went back to the breaking ball. Would you you wouldn't have been sitting fastball. Or maybe. So a single for Trevor Dale. 2 runners aboard with 1 out for Zach Tanabe. Zach on the year, it's a misleading number. He's hitting 225, but he's probably the best 225 hitter in the league. 20 for 89 on the year. He has had some really tough luck. He's been snake bit. Lifts that foul over towards the bullpen and in it. Strike one. Also for Zach, 3 doubles, a home run, 9 runs batted in, and 5 steals. Good speed for the starting shortstop. And an 0-1 count. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It was up in the zone. 0-2. Rob Gurney, Austin's twin brother, in the on-deck circle. Tanabe hard to double up. In the dirt. Good block there by Luis Ayala. I got 2 Ayalas, so I gotta make sure I got the right one.
That's fun.
I'll tell you what, Austin, Rob was an absolute rock behind home plate on that road trip. Nothing got by him.
Well, I saw the bruises for sure.
Oh yeah, they didn't make it easy on him.
No. He was showing me it looked pretty rough. Worth it, but
All effort all the time.
oh yeah, absolutely.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And Tanabe, to be safe, reaches out and fouls that to the screen to stay alive. Sometimes you never know. As you're well aware.
Absolutely.
Of course, last night, that was one of those moments. Gosh.
Yeah, one of those moments you wish you could have back.
Well, got your money's worth after. I thought he ran you really quick. Like,
Well, we learned from it and we won.
yeah, for sure. Well, it benefited me. I got a game at first base because of it, because Luke got tossed in Brooks. So I promised Jason Wandler of the discipline committee I wouldn't cause any trouble for him.
I'm sure he wasn't too worried about you.
I thought he was going to ring him. I'm not kidding. All 4, and it should have been. But I was afraid. But usually, Braden Lonsbury usually has a pretty consistent zone. One of the better ones that we'll see all year. So, Rob Gurney with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he's been, it hasn't been the swing. His swing has been good. And his at-bats have been good.
From what I've seen, they've just been continuously getting better as the season's going.
Yeah, that second game in Brooks, 1 for 2 with 3 walks. I mean, just fantastic at-bats. On a night where they made him the beer batter, they got no beer.
No drunk drivers that night.
No. Pitch low in the zone taken for strike 1. Rob on the year, 10 for 63. Apparently, Noah Brooks tells me if you take one off the top of the helmet, it doesn't hurt.
That's just something you don't want to find out firsthand, I don't think.
1 ball and 1 strike. Takes that on the inside edge, 1-2. Activity down in the pen for the 57s. That will be number 40, Hunter Mark. Foul towards the dugout. Still 1-2. Chet McDaniel in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3 already across and threatening here. The bases are loaded. Braden Mancourt at 3rd base. Trevor Dale at 2nd. Zach Tanabe at 1st. Full windup. And that'll be an infield fly. IF6 for the second out. And Chet McDaniel will be the hitter. And Chet has been seeing it well lately after a slow start. Chet up to 240 on the year. 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 6 runs batted in, and 5 steals. Takes strike 1. Slider must have just been off the plate. Looked pretty good. Close. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alex Alva back in the on-deck circle as the Beavers have their 9th batter at the plate here in the first inning. Fouled back to the screen. Chet McDaniel stays alive. Fastball low. 2-2 with 2 outs. Inside. This is one of the better zones I've seen, Austin, I'm telling you. Like,
It looks good so far.
although we had Trevor Stoico for one of the games in Lethbridge, and he was really good. Oh! So Chet McDaniel drills one up the middle off of Riker Ratcliffe, and that's going to be an infield single. Over to Donovan, to Rydell Adair at short, and unable to make a play on this speedy Chet McDaniel, so an infield single and an RBI. And everybody advances one. Beavers lead 4-0. And Alex Alba will be the hitter. Takes a breaking ball up in the zone for strike 1. Alex, 1 for 1. Doubled to lead this game, or lead this half of the inning off, rather. And that gets away from Ayala, and Trevor Dale will score on the wild pitch in the dirt. 5-0 Beavers lead. Tanabe and McDaniel advance on the wild pitch as well. So 2 runners in scoring position for Alex Alba. Noah Brooks on deck, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning. Outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes, rather. And a line drive drilled right at Gus Kane. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. The Beavers do score 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, only 4 hits. There were no Swift Current errors. And 2 runners left on base, both of them in scoring position. So after 1 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 5, the Swift Current 57's no score. And we'll be right back with more Coast Hotel Weyburn Beavers Baseball live on FloCollege. That's awesome. Good to see you. We're back here at Tom Lang Park, and leading things off for the Swift Current 57s in the top of the second inning will be UGMA. He'll be followed by Luis Ayala and Donovan Borg, the 5-6-7 hitters. Fastball from Dylan Parton outside for ball one. A long sit there for Parton after a 2-strikeout first inning. Back in the zone there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball. I think he fooled him. I think he was sitting on the slider. A swing and a miss there. And another fastball. He was definitely sitting on that slider. And that's been maybe, like, Parton's been really good this year, but that's been probably he seems to, like, fall in love with the slider and wants to keep throwing it, and then they just sit on the slider and wait for it. So if he gets the fastball over like that, he's going to be really dangerous. And Luis Ayala takes strike one. Luis on the year, a .358 batting average, 29 for 81, 4 doubles, a couple of homers, 11 runs batted in, and 6 stolen bases to lead the 57s. 2-strike count. And a fastball, swing and a miss. Oh, throwing that fastball over for strikes is just going to make that slider lethal. And I mean, I saw a beautiful graphic of a major league slider, and the fastball and the slider look exactly the same until about 45 feet, and it's like, then what do you do? How about that guy's slider last night? We saw him in Lethbridge, and my word.
Thankful afterwards that you only play teams from the West twice a year.
Oh, that was. He struck Noah out. Noah just kind of waved at one in the dirt. He was laughing out loud on his way back to the dugout. It was just hilarious. 2 strikes. Ooh. Just down. Donovan Borg, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Borg on the year, a .223 average, 23 for 103. A double, a triple, and 6 runs batted in. A swing and a miss. There's the slider. And Parton strikes out the side. 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Dylan Parton. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the second here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. We're live on commercials, too. It's fine if we're talking as long as we're not. We're back, bottom of the second inning. The Beavers lead 5-0. Noah Brooks will lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. He'll be followed by Ryan Dauphiney and Ian Heck, the 2-3-4 hitters. I'm John Preddy. I'm joined by special guest Austin Gurney. of the Moose Jaw Miller Express.
Hey, John, thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, it's only the second time this year I've had a color guy, so this is a lot of fun, and to get the insight out of from a guy that's in the league is great.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Have a little back and forth as well throughout the game. It's awesome.
First pitch to Noah Brooks, taken for ball 1. And ball 2. Noah walked and scored in the first inning. And he just puts together good at-bats all the time. That's hit in the air to shallow left field. Under it is Silas Hilton, and he'll make the catch, 1 away.
Having played with Noah Brooks there at the University of Pikeville, that's one thing that guy does extraordinarily well is just works long at-bats, always quality at-bats, and just walking a lot all the time, which is good if you're hitting behind him because there'll always be someone on base.
You may have hit behind him at Pikeville.
I sure did, yeah. No, it was fun.
Yeah, that would have been quite a crew. Rob, Austin, and Noah Brooks.
Yeah, it was fun.
Ryan Dauphiny takes strike 1. There's 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, Doff with the big blow in the first inning, 3-run home run. So the first 3 runners, the first 3 batters score for the Beavers. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball to short. Adair picks that up over to Kane in time. 2 away. You want to talk about contact hitter? Ryan Dauphiny. Like, and as good a 2-strike hitter as I think there is in the league.
Yep. No, I'd say. He's a guy that's been in the league for 4 years now, and he's got a good feel for what pitchers are gonna come at him with, and has good long at bats most of the time.
And the first pitch fly ball to center field for me, and Heck is caught out there by Jose Ayala for the 3rd out, a 1-2-3 inning for Riker Ratcliffe. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 2 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 5, the Swift Current 57s no score. We'll be back with the 3rd inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Using Point Street. So we got 1 on the scoreboard, we got 1 on Point Street, and we got 1 on the paper. And then the music. Rob Gurney throws down to second base, and we're ready to get underway in the 3rd inning. And Rydell Adair will lead things off, the shortstop. Ethan Bailey, the DH, and then the top of the order with Wilmer Henriquez. And Austin, you've seen the 57s quite a lot this year.
We have. There was a stretch there a couple weeks ago where we played them 7 out of 8 games in a row. So it's not always fun when you play one team that many games in a row. Things tend to get chippy and just long. But yeah, it was a good long series against them.
Like a 7-game hockey series where everybody kind of starts to hate each other a little.
Yeah, it's almost inevitable by the end of it, for sure.
Yeah, and this only the second time that the Beavers and 57s have met, and we're, a week into July.
That's right. That makes me look at it like by the halfway point in the season, Moose Jaw there, we'd only played Regina once all season, and they're 45 minutes down the road from us.
Well, and then that makes it a whole lot of fun once you start seeing each other on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know. So then for us, our Trans-Canada Highway Clash will really get underway near the end of the regular season there, which makes it even more exciting.
Yeah, that's a cool concept that they came up with over there to give the winner of that series that award.
Yeah, just honestly just adds to the rivalry even more.
Yeah, perfect. Kind of the banjo bowl, I guess, of the WCBL.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Ethan Bailey will be the hitter as Rydell Adair popped out for the first out, fouled out of play. 0-1. Foul tip. No balls and 2 strikes to Bailey. 250 on the year, 6 for 24 in limited action. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside edge. Really good location there. Bailey shows as a pitcher on my roster, so.
Oh, it could be a two-way player. Must be.
And back to the top of the order for Wilmer Henriquez. So how many of his 8 did he hit against you guys playing so many games?
I think he hit 2 against us.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, we contained him as best we could, for sure.
He's trying for one there. We got his best swing. Nothing in one.
Some would say that was an attempt at a 5-run home run.
And he hits that hard and foul. And Dylan Parton's been doing a good job of getting ahead of hitters, and that's pretty key for any pitcher.
Absolutely. Strikes early, makes it much harder for a hitter right off the get-go.
And we've seen Beaver pitchers fall behind and then have to throw too good a pitch, and it hasn't ended well. Fastball outside. I like the thought there.
Absolutely. Just get the eyes moving, get the eyes changing a little bit, get him to look out over, then maybe go back hard in or soft away again.
Yeah, here comes that slider, I think. There it was.
Called it. Yep.
Just got it in the dirt.
And see, that's what you have to do with a better hitter at the plate like Wilmer is you got to start getting him to try and change his looks. So get him out looking away, get him looking in, soft, harder. You just really got to keep a hitter like that on their toes in order to beat them.
And hopefully you can get him guessing wrong, and especially when you're getting both the fastball and the slider over. Ooh, slider just misses outside, tries it back door.
Yep.
And full count. And I don't mind pitching around him a little bit in this situation.
No, absolutely not. No.
Fastball fouled back to the screen, and the count remains full.
That's a good 3-2 pitch from Parton there as well.
Yeah, good location. Outside, not a place he could drive it. If he's going to do anything with it, going to slap it the other way.
Yep.
Ball 4. A good at-bat by Henriquez, and I don't have a problem with the way that Dylan Parton threw to him.
No, that's a good long at-bat, and you just got to tip your cap at the end of that one. He was able to hold off on those pitches just off the plate and foul off a few close ones. So it's a good at-bat from a good hitter.
And I don't mind when you got a guy you got bases are open, you got 2 outs, and a guy with 8 dingers on the year. No point in giving him a meatball.
No, exactly. Now you just have a runner on first base rather than scoring position maybe, and you got a lefty-lefty matchup now for Parton, who's been hitting his spots very well tonight so far.
Gus Kane lined out on a Dylan Parton slider to first baseman Braden Mancourt. Pops that up foul territory and out of play. And 2 strikes. Quickly, Parton ahead again in the count. Interesting to see. Henriquez has pretty good speed at first base as well. And he slaps another slider up the middle, so Kane's sitting on the slider.
Just able to get extended through that and not pull off, and he was rewarded with a base hit back up the middle for that.
The 2 aboard with 2 outs. And Silas Hilton will be the hitter. Hilton drew a walk back in the first inning, so he does not have an official at-bat so far in the ball game. Runner on second base, Wilmer Henriquez. Gus Kane, the runner at first. And 1 ball, the count to Silas Hilton. Slider in the dirt. Ball 2. So after being pretty consistently ahead, now we'll see how Dylan Parton can deal with a little bit of adversity. A fastball drilled deep to left, and that's got a chance. And it's gone. 3-run home run, Silas Hilton. A 2-out rally for the 57s. Five, 3. The Beavers lead. Got all of that.
Yes, he did.
But all we have to say about that. Pretty much a no-doubter. And Jose Ayala will be the hitter. Struck out his first time up. Slider in the zone taken for strike 1.
Way to bounce back with a strike, though, after that hit. Absolutely.
Back in the zone.
Back in the zone, still got a 2-run lead.
And back ahead.
Yep, there you go, 0-2. As a pitcher, that's where you want to be.
2 outs in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. That bounced back in a big way.
That shows character from Parton, being able to get right back on the mound after that and going 3 straight to get the Swift Current 4-hole hitter and get his boys back in the dugout, back on the sticks.
So the 57s, 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and no runners left. After 2.5, the Weyburn Beavers 5, the Swift Current 57s 3, and we'll be back with the bottom of the third here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Braden Mancourt to lead things off here for the Beavers in the home half of the third inning. Fastball tails outside for ball 1. Trevor Dale in the on-deck circle. Zach Tanabe also due up for the Beavers. That tails outside as well, 2-0. Tapped on the ground to Gus Kane at first base. Steps on the bag, 1 away.
You know that one. You got it, Austin.
First pitch to Trevor Dale. Foul tip into the mitt of Luis Ayala, strike one. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trevor Dale singled and scored on a wild pitch back in the first, the 5th run of the inning.
I used that one last year too.
Foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zach Tanabe on deck. Beavers jumped out to a 5-0 lead. In the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-run home run by Silas Hilton. Gets the 57s right back in it. Popped up, shallow center field. Right center, overcomes the right fielder Donovan Borg, and he'll make the catch. 2 away.
Now batting the shortstop, number 9,
Zach Tanabe will be the hitter. Zach, without an official at bat, he walked in the first inning. So a piece of birthday cake makes its way into the press box. Thank you, Marshall Backen, his son, Bryson, celebrating his 8th birthday here tonight at Tom Lang Park. I think this is about the 3rd year in a row he's wanted to have his birthday party here, so that's great.
Well, where else would you want to spend it than Tom Lang Park on a Sunday night? It's awesome out here. Weather's great. There's baseball going on. Wind's blowing out to right field. It's a great time.
Austin Gurney's favorite nights when it's blowing out to right.
Absolutely.
And that's hit in the air to left, over towards the line. It lays out and it drops. That's extra bases for Tanabe. Nice effort there by Silas Hilton. He's going to try for 3, and he's going to make it as the throw is up the line and cut by Rydell Adair. A triple for Zach Tanabe. I don't think you can score it any other way. I mean,
No, that's a triple. Laid out down the line and just dropped in, and Tanabe's speed just kept going. Hard out of the box, thinking triple right away.
you know, and that's the thing is if you're not running hard out of the box, you just got your stand-up double.
Probably holding up at second base for sure.
So an RBI opportunity for the Weyburn catcher, Rob Gurney, who hit an infield fly in the first, 0 for 1. Takes one low in the zone for strike 1. It's tough sometimes because he knows the zone so well as a catcher, so.
Yep. Got a good eye for it.
Fastball on the outside edge. I don't think that's one you're going to be trying. That's a difficult pitch to hit for the right-handed hitter facing a right-handed pitcher. So 0-2. Low and away. Good discipline to stay off that. That's one thing about Rob. He can get down in the count, and you know everybody will chase once in a while, but he will grind a walk in these situations. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Zach Tanabe with the 2-out triple is left at third base. No runs with the 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 runner left in scoring position after 3 complete. The Weyburn Beavers 5, the Swift Current 57s 3, and we'll return with the 4th inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege right after this.
Ever since that long first inning, it's just kind of the ball's been rolling ever since.
Even the 3-run third was quick.
Yep. good baseball though. Couple 3-run shots from both sides. Keeps it interesting. Keeps fans in their seats.
Right?
Yep.
Time to have a little bit of cake here.
Awesome. Is this yours? Is it? That's nice. Use this for soul.
Yeah, you can use it legally for pitch catch and first base.
Yeah, it looks like a trapper. Yeah.
Dylan Parton back out on the hill for inning number 4. And due up for the 57s will be the second baseman, Yuji Ime, and he'll be followed by Luis Ayala and Donovan Borg, the 5, 6, 7 hitters. 6 strikeouts for Dylan Parton through 3 innings. Actually 7. Get caught up on my scorecard here. UGMA, he struck out looking in his first at-bat, 0 for 1 tonight. Slider on the outside edge, taken for strike 1. Two strikes the count. Ime swings and misses on the outside edge. 2 strikeouts for him and 8 for Dylan Parton.
And a great start to the top of the 4th for Parton as well.
Really rebounded well after that little kind of glitch there to end the 3rd inning. Luis Ayala takes a fastball for strike 1. He also struck out in the 2nd inning. Of course, Parton struck out the side. I did not see him ask for time.
I didn't see that either.
So Luis Ayala just stepped out of the batter's box as Dylan Parton delivered a fastball right down the middle. And I didn't see him ask for time. Austin didn't see him ask for time, but an explanation for Cam Williams says that time was granted, so 1 strike.
And see, there's a fine line there as well, because if a hitter's not ready, he's not ready. But once a pitcher starts his windup, he's putting a lot of momentum into that. And to try and stop that once you're going down the hill already can be dangerous sometimes.
Best thing for him was just to deliver the pitch
which is what he did,
regardless.
and that's the right thing to do there for sure.
And then whoops.
And then that one slipped.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a Ricky Vaughn. All right, back in it, Dylan. Fastball misses outside. Now maybe upsetting his rhythm a little bit.
Could have been.
Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Luis Ayala, 5'11", 200-pound right-hand thrower, right-hand hitter from Fort Hays State. He's a senior there. Slider catches the inside edge. Ayala doesn't like it. And that fills the count. Ayala from Panama City, Panama. One out. The board doesn't show any, but there is 1 away and a full count. Fouled back. So Parton, after falling behind, 3 balls and a strike, battles back. A fastball slapped foul.
Falling off back-to-back. 3-2 pitches for Ayala. Creates a good long at-bat already for him, despite the result.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up. And if nothing else, you just run the pitch count. You get the starter out of there that much sooner, and the perfect result for Ayala, as he does draw the walk. I mean, you can't hit the zone indefinitely.
Nope. And that's the beauty of working long at bats, getting the guy to throw so many pitches without a little bit of a break between batters.
Donovan Borg will be the hitter. Borg struck out in his first at-bat, and he takes ball 1. Borg, 6'3", 200 pounds, a senior at Cameron University. He's from St. Clair, Michigan. Fouls that back. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Rydell Adair in the on-deck circle for the 57s. We're in there all oranges, as you can see. Slider fouled at the plate by Borg. Pretty sharp break on that one.
It's not a good pitch from Parton. Inevitably trying to induce a ground ball here to get the Beavers out of the inning, get them back on the bats.
Slider low, blocked by Rob Gurney. Appeal at first base did not go, and I didn't think he went.
Just held up.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Mike Richards with the safe call down at first base. Fastball misses outside. Full count. The second consecutive hitter.
Back-to-back long at-bats for 57s here.
Strike 3 called. Fastball catches the outside edge. Borg doesn't like it.
And Parton wins that 3-2 matchup.
Lost the first one, won the second one.
Been bouncing back all night. It's great to see. Now he's got his lefty-lefty matchup with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Just what he wants.
Exactly. Setting yourself up well.
Coming into the game, Adair, a .222 average, 20 for 90 on the year. Hits that in the air, and it drops in right field. Ayala's going to go all the way around to third base. And a single there on the first pitch by Rydell Adair.
And that'll bring Coach Cam Williams out to the mound for a mound visit here. Likely just to take a little bit of stress off Parton, give him a breather here after a few long at-bats there, and then a single as well, moving Ayala from first to third. Don't see any action down in the Beaver bullpen just yet.
So definitely not an imminent move. Ethan Bailey, a 2-way, listed as a pitcher on the roster, will be the hitter. He's a Swift Current product, attends Garden City Community College. He's a freshman there. He's not pitching tonight, but he's listed as a pitcher. He's DHing, so yeah. A late scratch. They had Braxton Vale down as the DH on the original lineup card submitted and made a late scratch. So Bailey struck out looking in his first at-bat. And he rips that into left field, and that's going to score another run. Solid single to left. First pitch swinging again. They've done a pretty good job of running up the pitch count. So, I mean, if you get your pitch early, you might as well take a hack at it.
No. RBI single for Bailey to bring the 57 within 1 here.
And the top of the order with a dangerous hitter in Wilmer Henriquez. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1. Henriquez 0 for 1. A strikeout, a walk, and a run scored so far tonight. Fastball just off the plate outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Henriquez from Cameron University is a junior there. New Brunswick, New Jersey, he calls home. Slider over the inside edge. Two balls and a strike. A little movement down in the Beaver pen now. Popped up over the screen and out of play. 2-2. 5-4. Beavers lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Popped up. Trevor Dale calls it and makes the catch.
Couple smiles there from Parton and Dale as well after that.
I'll tell you what, as a pitcher, I want you to take that if you can get it. I'm just going to get out of your way.
You know, some are instructed to not leave the mound when a ball gets popped up in the infield even.
But I am 60 years old. So when I was his age, I'd have probably wanted to field it, to be honest. But anyway, the 57s do score a run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 3 runners left on base. Of course, 2 of them in scoring position. So after 3.5, the Beavers 5, the 57s 4, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Mail doesn't really look hurt. He's overthrowing out there.
Yeah.
Now batting is center fielder, number 2, Chip McDaniel.
Chip McDaniel will lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers here in the home half of the 4th inning. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Alex Alva and Noah Brooks. Breaking ball. Catches the outside edge for strike 1. McDaniel with an infield single in the 1st inning. He drove one hard off of Riker Ratcliffe on the mound. Swing and a miss. Took a little off the fastball there.
Might have.
And that's tapped up the middle.
Daniel with
It's going to be a tough
down the
play.
line. Legs it out for second infield single of the day.
I mean, you just... Speed, right?
That's where the reference speed kills come from.
I'd have been at about the halfway point. But I mean, it puts pressure on the defense.
Well, cut yourself some slack. That's a fast runner down there.
But you're not wrong.
He can fly.
Leadoff man aboard, and he can indeed fly. And so can the man at the plate. So it'd have to be a perfect situation to double up Alex Alva. And it's a 1-ball count. Alex 1 for 2. He drills that deep. It's got a chance. It's off the wall. Extra bases for Alva. Chet McDaniel is held. He had to wait to make sure it wasn't caught. And 2 doubles in the game for Alex Alva. Chet McDaniel to third base. The If that had been a 2-out situation, he'd have scored for sure. Had to make sure it was down.
Yep, absolutely. Especially with no outs and your 2-hole hitter and Noah Brooks coming up to the plate as well.
Breaking ball. That's been a strike all night. So I don't have a problem with it.
Probably just not an appealing pitch to go 0-0 on.
Fastball misses outside. 1-1. Ryan Dauphiny on deck. 2 in scoring position here for Noah Brooks. Fouls that breaking ball off. 1-2. Noah, 20 RBIs on the year, tied for third on the Beavers. Outside, probably low, 2-2. He's just not going to chase that. And that's hit in the air to right field. That's going to score McDaniel. There's going to be a play. It's going to be closer than I expected. But a sac fly.
And a job well done from Brooks in the 2-hole there.
That's all you got to do. Just get the ball in the air.
With the power, Brooks to elevate one out into the outfield and the speed of McDaniel on third base. It's a recipe for success, I'd say. Now with one out and longtime Beaver Ryan Dauphiny coming up to the dish, already with a 3-run shot tonight, and a runner on third base, and Alex Alva.
It was part of what Cam Williams talked to the guys about pre-game in the room was just productive outs, getting the job done.
Yep, exactly. It's that big hit. It's that job well done, whether that's bunting a guy and moving him over, or like a sac fly like we just saw here.
And Ryan Dauphiny with a 1-ball count. Hits that on the ground. The only play over to first in time. Enriquez over to Kane, 2 away.
That's good on Alva to get back on that ball as well, as Enriquez was posted up within feet of third base when he fielded that ground ball.
Of course, Alex Alva, an experienced player, senior at the University of Jamestown, and played in the Northwoods League last year for the Bismarck Larks. So he is an excellent base runner. And Ian Heck will be the hitter. He takes for strike 1. 2 flyouts to center for Ian. Loops that one down the first base line. Kane back in foul territory, and he can't get to it. Good effort by Gus Kane. That would have been a miracle to track that one down.
Heck down 0-2 in the count. Looking to just find a patch of grass out there to plate Alba from third base. Give the Beavers an extra run on their lead.
Looked low, but strike 3 called. Ian doesn't like it. Just the second strikeout for Riker Ratcliffe. Beavers do get a run on 2 hits. There were no Swift Current errors. And 1 runner left on base in scoring position. After 4 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 6, the Swift Current 57s 4, and we'll be back with the 5th inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. An update on the line score in tonight's game through 4 innings. The Weyburn Beavers 6 runs on 7 hits. No errors. The Beavers have left 4 runners on base, 2 of them in scoring position. For the Swift Current 57s, 4 runs on 4 hits. They've left 4 runners on base also, and 2 of them in scoring position. And leading things off will be the first baseman, Gus Kane, for the 57s here in the road half of the 5th inning. He'll be followed by Silas Hilton and Jose Ayala, the 2, 3, 4 hitters, the heart of the order for the 57s. Slider hits him. Leadoff man is aboard. And Silas Hilton will be the hitter. Hilton, a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. A no-doubter to left field. He was 1 for 1 with a walk. Shows bunt, takes the slider inside for ball 1. So what do you think of Wilmer Henriquez hitting in the 1 spot tonight?
I think the strategy there might be we want to get this guy up as many times as possible and not so much set up with guys in front of him.
And a little bloop single by Hilton to center field sends Gus Kane all the way to third base. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Looks like Logan Kinter is starting to heat up. He's definitely been the best bullpen arm for the Beavers this year. I think you'll see that he might make a certain roster to a certain game, although that's not public knowledge yet.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All you have to do is look at the stats, you'll figure it out.
Coach Cam Williams maybe talking a little bit of strategy out there to the infielders. Runners on first and third with no out here. Beavers are still hanging on to a 2-run lead.
Corners will be tight. Middle infielders a double play depth. They'll take the 2 ball if they got it. Otherwise, the corners, they'll take a look and figure it out from there, I guess. Kinter, 28 strikeouts in 21 innings.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
With no starts.
With all out of the bullpen as well for the Beavers.
Fastball from Parton. Outside, probably high. 1 ball to Jose Ayala, who he has struck out swinging in both of the first 2 at-bats. 0 for 2. High.
And I think in a perfect world here, the Beavers get a double play ball. So the run will score, but then there's 2 out, nobody on base, and the Beavers still have a lead here.
Yeah, they would definitely give up the run for 2 outs.
Yeah, they're picking that thing up on the ground and going right to second base with it.
Slider misses inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Yuji Amai, the second baseman in the on-deck circle for the 57s. And a 4-pitch walk. Bases are loaded with nobody out.
And that's going to bring Coach Cam Williams back out to the mound here.
Oh, what a spot for Logan Kinter to enter the game. So a hit batsman, a Texas leaguer sort of single, and a base on balls loads the bases, and Dylan Parton's night is done. But the book's still open.
Book's still open. Still a quality start from Parton. And I think that there's no one else you'd want coming in to relieve him than Kinter coming out to the mound.
He's definitely been the most reliable reliever for the Beavers so far on the year. Logan Kinter from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, a sophomore at Eastern New Mexico University.
With a 3.42 ERA to date, 28 strikeouts to 8 walks. This guy throws strikes.
And he sits in the low 90s, touches 92, gets a little more muscle. You can see him in the mid 90s, I think, pretty easily.
A little bit of velo all around the zone. Sun setting here at Tom Lang Park.
And only 8 bases on balls to go with those 28 strikeouts. So the ratio pretty good. 2-win, 4-loss record. Interestingly, no Beaver pitcher has a save on the year. When they've won big.
It's not a bad thing.
Or like before they went on the swing, they walk one off. Well,
Or like a night where Ian Heck throws 6 innings, gets 10 strikeouts, and walks the game off himself in the bottom of the ninth.
right. Well, he didn't get the win, obviously, because he went 6, struck out 10. I mean, does it get better than that?
But inadvertently won the game for them with
Yeah.
a sac fly.
And you talk about just getting the job done. I mean, all you got to do is get the ball in the air, and he did the job.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I mean, for me, I was real excited because that's what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to get the ball in the air. Just do your job. And Ian did it, and he was our Boston Pizza player of the game. Can you imagine that?
I'm not shocked by that.
You could pick him a lot of nights. Yuji Imai will be the hitter with the bases loaded and nobody out. And hard-throwing Logan Kinter on the mound for the Beavers. Cam Williams not wasting any time getting his best out there. Swing and a miss at that crisp fastball, strike 1.
The Beavers with a 2-run lead here. Looks like they're going to go corners in with the middle back. Looking to get a double play ball wherever it's hit.
The perfect world is the strikeout right here, and then the 2-ball.
This current second baseman down 0-2 early in the count here.
Luis Ayala in the on-deck circle. Good location, down in the zone.
And with runners on base, it's a good 0-2 pitch just to miss below the zone there.
We've seen too many too good 0-2 pitches. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Down he goes.
Great job by Kinter to come out of the bullpen and get a first out of the inning in 4 pitches there. Especially with the bases loaded, getting a strikeout there is huge with no out.
And Luis Ayala, Beavers able to back the corner infielders back a little bit here. Even with the bag, are Trevor Dale and Braden Mancourt. Zach Tanabe and Alex Alva at double play depth. 1 ball, the count to Luis Ayala. Foul ball. Just reached out, tried to slap one the other way, sliced foul. Didn't get very far either. Sounded stronger than that. 1-1. High and tight. 2 balls and a strike.
And a glove save by Kearney on that up and in fastball.
They don't come any better back there.
Kinter going in on the 2-1 fastball to make it a 2-2 count.
That was a good location. Ayala didn't like it.
Good spot. Change the eye levels, get him looking in.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Kinter with his second strikeout of the inning. That's huge for the Beavers.
So he moves the fastball in, he moves the fastball out.
Ayala looking visibly upset about that call with some choice words for home plate umpire.
It's been a strike all night. Both of those pitches. The zone has been really consistent both ways.
Kinter comes in, just going right at the corners of the plate as well.
Now everybody's at normal depth.
Beavers infield back, 2 out here.
Swing and a miss. Donovan Borg. Well, what do you think?
Beavers have turned this into a pretty good spot for themselves here if they can escape the bases loaded no out jam here. 2/3 of the way through it.
Kenter came in relief that 3-2 game and went 4 2/3 through 80 pitches.
The fastball looks like it just missed down in the zone.
No, I'm thinking of a different game. But he came in and pitched it's 4 1/3. Starter went 4 2/3. He came in and slammed the door the rest of the way. Got the win.
Kinder with another strike. Pounding the zone with strikes tonight. Way up in a 1-2 count here to Board. Got to imagine they're going to keep him on his toes with something off speed here.
What we've seen from Kenter is if he has struggled, it's been in his first inning, and then he just settles in, but he's come out here just solid. Which we really needed in this situation.
Yeah, especially.
Didn't have a base to put anybody.
And that's going to be the hardest situation to come into as a pitcher. Bases loaded, no out. Oh.
Fastball just sails high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sometimes that high fastball just lights up in your eyes and you just go chase after it.
For sure. There's my fastball. Whoops, I can't hit that. Whew.
Or just gets a piece of that. Back to the backstop here.
Kenter does have a pretty good slider. See if he could.
After a couple fastballs there, you got to imagine we're going to see that come out soon here.
Especially to a right-handed hitter. Fastball gets away. Wild pitch will score a run. Hilton advances to third. Jose Ayala to second. Gus Kane scores on the wild pitch. 6-5 Beavers lead.
Now full count, 2 out, runners on second and third. Top of the 5th.
8th pitch of the at-bat. Ball 4. So the base is loaded once again. And Rydell Adair will be the hitter. Adair turned on a slider in his last at-bat and singled to right field. He's 1 for 2 on the night. And a ground ball.
And Ryder drops that bat right back.
Oh, man.
Looks like he just let go of that bat on the swing.
Oh, my goodness. Rob Gurney down after Adair released the bat. He's showing some concern, too. Unintentional. Got away from him. Was he out for a second there?
I'm not sure. So I saw the ground ball get hit, and I just saw Rob going down.
Yeah, I was watching Alva field it.
I did, however, see a bat go flying on the backswing.
Yeah.
Which, with Rob wearing that 2-piece mask, could have easily gotten him in the ear, the side of the head, the neck area.
Do the goaltender style masks help with that?
Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit of ear coverage, though, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Why don't we take a 30-second break and give Rob a moment here.
Rob rubbing the back of his head. Maybe that bat wrapped around and got him right in the back of the head.
Well, okay, in the top of the fifth inning, the 57s did get a run on one hit. They left 3 on base, 2 of them in scoring position as they leave the bases loaded for the second consecutive inning. And the concern is about the health of Rob Gurney as he took a bat, we think, to the back of the head.
Well, that's what it looked like.
So leading things off will be Braden Mancourt. He asked for time as Ratcliffe working really quickly, and he didn't have time to set up. So he asked for time immediately.
You know, Ratcliffe patting his chest, acknowledging that he was working too fast there as well. And they reset, and they go back to pitch number 2 of the at-bat.
2 balls, no strikes to Braden Mancourt. Mancourt 0 for 1 with a walk tonight and a run scored. Mayo from Langley, BC. Hits that foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Junior at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. Ground ball off of the mound. Fielded at short over to 1 in time. Rydell Adair, a nice play over to Gus Kane. 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the bottom of the 5th inning.
I've just seen Rob Gurney come out to the on-deck circle with his hatting helmet and his gloves on, looking like he's ready to hit, so that's always a good sign.
The trainer for the 57s leaving, so he's obviously past concussion protocol, so that's great news.
And whatever concussion protocol that might be here in the WCBL.
Well, here's how it used to work for us. How many fingers? Thursday. He's good.
You got your bell rung, kid. Get back in there. Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Trevor Dale. 1 for 2, swing and a miss there. Singleton scored in the first and flew out to right field in the 3rd inning. In the dirt, 2-2. Dale from West Valley City, Utah, the Salt Lake City area. Attends the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Foul out of play. 2-2. Trevor, a hot start to the year. Struggling a little bit here lately. Trying to find his swing again. Swing and a miss there. He struck him out. 2 away. And Zach Tanabe will be the hitter. Zach, 1 for 1. Tripled in his last at-bat.
Looking to do the same thing now. That would be huge for the Beavers.
He turned on one and pulled it right down the left field line. Swing and a miss. Telling you, man, he's the best 220 hitter in the league. And he drills that through the 5-6 hole for a base hit.
After those 2 hits, John, I think he's the best 230 hitter in the league.
You're probably right, yeah. Point streak would tell us that. Yeah, that triple only the 4th of the year for the Beavers. And Rob Gurney looking for some revenge here after getting dinged with a stray bat. Takes ball one. 0 for 2 so far tonight. 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Chet McDaniel in the on-deck circle. High, ball 2. You know how nice it is, Austin, to be able to say high, ball 2 and be right?
Love it.
Fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. Tanabe. Tanabe, good speed at first base. If Rob can find a gap, Tanabe will have a chance to score.
I would put the farm on it, Johnny. With 2 out, 1-run ball game.
Send him. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Just couldn't stay off it. They look juicy.
They do. The eyes light up. I know it from experience, though. I had to catch up to a few myself.
And it's hit down the line, and it's going to be extra bases. That's going to be a double. Nope. He holds. I don't blame him. That's fine. Tanabe all the way to third, and a single for Rob Gurney, and you like to see it after that dangerous situation there. Unintentional, of course, but
Rob Gurney, fresh off the concussion protocol, hammers that ball right over the third baseman's head down the left field line.
maybe we should have hit him sooner. Got an elbow there from his billet, Mom.
Beavers are now going to go to the bullpen here, bringing a left-handed pitcher.
Well, it looked like Riker Ratcliffe was going to be out of this game really early, and he managed to hang around and get nearly through 5 innings. So,
and then a couple long at-bats from the bottom of the Beavers order, and now here we are with the pitching change and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th.
so the new pitcher for the 57s, Hunter Mark, number 40, a left-hander. 6'2", 205-pounder, a junior at Valley City State University in Valley City, North Dakota. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada. And so far this year, for Hunter Mark, this will be appearance number 11. He's actually started 2 games. 24 innings pitched, 23 hits, 29 runs. 23 of those were earned. He has 26 walks to go along with 21 strikeouts, an 0-3 record, and an 8.62 earned run average. And he will have the runners. He will have runners on the corners, and 2 out for Chet McDaniel.
Chet McDaniel with 2 infield singles up to this point in the night already. Looking to punch one through and put the Beavers up ahead another run here.
Chet had a really rough start to the year. I think he was, I want to say, like 2 for his first 25, and he's really, really come on, and he's put himself in a good position to use his speed, and that's what you need to do.
You know what? You see that more often than you don't with hitters that swing aluminum bats all throughout the year, and sometimes it's a bigger adjustment for guys getting up here in the summer and swinging a wood bat as well. So it's always nice to see guys make adjustments throughout the year and start to find their swing again with the wood stick in the second half.
It's definitely a lot different. You see some pretty gaudy numbers. Guys that hit 18, 20 home runs, and they come in here with the wood bats. And
you know what? I think that's where Canadian players have an advantage, because Canadians start swinging wood by the time they're 13, 14 years old, and then go back to metal once they go down to the U.S., and then wood bat for summer ball again, whereas Americans usually swing metal bats all throughout high school, college as well.
You know, as a Canadian kid myself, I remember being really surprised when I first watched the D1 College World Series and they had aluminum bats. I was like really surprised.
Yep.
And that's hit in the air to left. Lights are going to play with that.
And that ball looks like it's caught. Third base umpire signaling a catch from the left fielder from Swift Current.
Wow, that was in no man's land and a heck of a play there by Silas Hilton.
And a bit of a pile-up between Hilton and Adair, and Hilton comes up with the ball.
Man, a great catch. F7 on the putout for the third out of the inning. Beavers, they don't score a run. They get 2 hits. There were no Swift Current errors. 2 left on board, 1 in scoring position. And after 5 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 6, the Swift Current 57s 5. And we'll be back with the 6th inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball Live on FloCollege. We need guys like Ian. Maybe he gets an indie deal, who knows, maybe not.
What would you take him as though?
That's nice. That's classy. Well, that's awesome. I do know who's going. So a pinch hitter here for the Swift Current 57s. So Braxton Vale enters the game for Ethan Bailey at DH, where Braxton Vale was originally scheduled to start. He lays down a bunt, and Kinter can't field it, picked up and thrown wildly by Trevor Dale, and he better go back to third. So Kinter bobbled it at first. Dale threw it away. Who's going to get the E on that one? I think we'll go with an E5.
I think you have to there. Sometimes you can reward that with a bunt single when the pitcher gets off the mound and tries to field it with his bare hand, but if you throw up the right field line, you definitely need to be an error.
So the top of the order, and Wilmer Enriquez will be the hitter with a runner in scoring position. And a first pitch fastball back to the screen for strike 1. Enriquez 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. There's the slider. It bounces. Rob Gurney can't find it. Wild pitch. Second wild pitch for Kinter. And the slider snapped right into the dirt. One ball and one strike, the count. So the pitch hit Wilmer Henriquez, so that's a dead ball.
I think it hit him, then got a piece of Rob Gurney, and then the home plate umpire, knocking the home plate umpire's mask off, creating a little bit of confusion amongst the park here.
Hit everybody.
Everyone got a piece of that ball for sure.
Rob does not need to get hit by anything else tonight. Like, he's all good.
Yeah, Rob's getting hit with balls, bats, got to hit himself.
Yeah. You know what? He'd take the hit to get a hit, though.
Absolutely.
Kind of like a hockey player. Like,
She's done before.
tells me he was pretty good.
Yeah, he had a pretty good second-year Bantam hockey season for sure. He still talks about it to date. Scored a lot of goals back in his day.
Nice. Nice. One ball account to Gus Kane, the first baseman. That gets away.
Right off the umpire's shin pad, that looks like.
It definitely. Oh, and Braden Lonsbury is hurt now, too.
Looks like a bit of a wild pitch right off the umpire's shin pad.
Man alive. So Vale scores on the wild pitch, and that'll tie the ball game at 6. Henriquez advances to second base. So the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Home plate umpire looking like he's in some distress there, walking that one off. You know, I heard shin pad, but you wonder how much shin pad it actually gets.
Yeah, that might have been just kneecap. He's as tough as they come. Braden Lonsbury is a police officer, and a couple of years ago was shot in the line of duty.
Whoa.
So he is a tough customer. Survived that, and here he is. So thank you for your service, sir.
Wearing foul balls at the Beavers game.
3 balls and no strikes. No motion in the Beaver pen. There's 3 balls on the board. 4-pitch walk.
And that's going to bring Cam Williams out of the dugout. Go for a non-visit here with Kinter and Gurney.
Kane has been a tough out tonight. He lined out to Braden Mancourt at first base in the first, singled and scored in the third, hit by pitch and scored in the fifth, and walked here in the sixth.
You know, I've seen it firsthand too. When he catches the ball in the upswing, it can travel. So there's always that threat as well. It's in the back of your head.
Silas Hilton has a home run in the game so far. 3-run shot in the third inning, singled in the fifth.
It looks like there's some stretching and tossing going on down in the Beaver bullpen as well. Not sure exactly.
Right-hander. I can say safely it's not Isaiah Granado. He doesn't have a blue glove.
Beavers looking for a ground ball here. Get the lead guy or turn 2.
I think it's Henderson. Have to wait for the hoodie to come off to get a look. Hilton bunts, picked up by Kinter, over to first, in time.
Great play by Kinter to get off the mound. Barehand that one, make a good throw over to first base.
Definitely needed an out there.
That's a huge out for the Beavers. They now go infield in with runners on second and third and 1 out.
So a sacrifice bunt for Silas Hilton, and he's still 2 for 2 on the night. As Kane advances to second base. Henriquez stays at third. Swing and a miss by Jose Ayala. Strike one. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts on a walk for the Swift Current cleanup hitter and center fielder.
Which means two things. He's having a bad night or he's due.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. All 4 infielders in. They're going to look to cut this off on a ground ball. Also gives Ayala a little more opportunity to squeeze something in, and that bounces about 4 feet short. Great play by Rob Gurney to keep that in front of him.
Kick saved by Gurney, the standout goaltender back there.
Scored a lot of goals for a goaltender. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul back to the screen. Count them remain 1 and 2 to Ayala. Ground ball. Tanabe picks it up, comes home with it. Tagged by Rob Gurney. Great play.
That's going to keep the runner on second base at second, who doesn't manage to advance on that. The Beavers going infield in really pays off there. Now I've got 2 out, runners on first and second. And it's a tie ball game. Beavers infield moves back.
So Ayala aboard on the fielder's choice. And Enriquez retired 6-2 for the second out. Imai bunts. Gurney picks it up in time.
Gurney with a great bare-handed play.
2-3 as Imai tries to bunt for a single after striking out 3 times. And Kinter gets out of the jam.
And you know what? Kinter looking athletic, trying to get off the mound for a third to field a third bunt. And Rob Gurney calls him off instantly and bears hand that one himself.
I guess Rob's okay. So the 57s get a run on no hits. There were no Weyburn errors and 2 runners left on base, one of them in scoring position. After 5.5, we're tied at 6 here at Tom Lang Park, and we'll be back with the bottom half here on Coast Hotels, Weyburn Beaver Baseball, live on FloCollege. Oh. Producer keeping me on track.
Go.
We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard across the league. This is the only game that is not yet completed, day games all around in the WCBL. At Legacy Dodge Field in Fort McMurray, the Sylvan Lake Gulls defeated the Fort McMurray Giants 8-3. At Roswells Park, the Lethbridge Bulls 15, the Moose Jaw Miller Express 14. The Okotoks Dogs, a Brooks Bomber home game at Dogs Field, I believe.
Whoa.
And Okotoks wins that one 13-3. The Energy City Cactus Rats 7. The Medicine Hat Mavericks 1 as they played a game in Spruce Grove. They found a home there, so at Henry Singer Ballpark. At Curry Field, there's Saskatoon Berries 7, the Regina Red Sox 5. And we're tied at 6 here in the top of the 6th inning, with Alex Alva at the plate with a 2-ball count.
Alva already with 2 doubles tonight.
Three balls and no strikes. And if it was me, I would just have somebody warming all the time. Just staying ready, just so that you can make a quick pivot if you need to. And a
And
4-pitch
that's
walk.
Four straight to leadoff guy in Alba. Brings up Noah Brooks.
So I would not be surprised if Alva gets into the right count that he goes and gets into scoring position for Brooks. But I agree with you. This is a guy that is selfless enough to put one down on his own. Left-handed pitcher could be a little more difficult. So if they can get a look at the move and try and time it up.
From my experience playing with Brooks, some of the time you don't even need to tell him to bunt in this situation. He'll just do it on his own to get those guys over for sure.
He has done it, and he just kind of says had to be done.
Just get her done.
Swing and a miss.
Looks the heavy hack there.
Got
That's
his-
the swing you want on an 0-0 count.
Give him your best cut.
Absolutely.
Some light rain starting to fall here at Tom Lang. And action in the... Is that what you were telling me? Okay. You told me both. Okay. The best spotter in the business here. Tells me it's raining and that a sidearm righty is warming in the pen. 1 ball, 1 strike count. High ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Chase Cummins. That's popped high in the air to third base. Henriquez tracking it. And he'll make the catch. 1 away.
And Brooks hitting a big league pop-up to infield. Just got under that.
That was a long way up. I have to let the fielders tell me, as with all my stats and stuff taped up here, this is a game changer for me because I couldn't find them on here. I got no room, as you can see, so that helps a lot. And Ryan Dauphiny will be the hitter with 1 out and a runner on first in Alex Alva. Fastball sails way high. Ball 1. Ian Heck on deck.
Alva with a lead on the larger side at first base there. Already drawn over a few throws.
Another ball high. I don't think it was in as tight as Ryan Dauphiny made it look like. Swing and a miss. Doff already with a 3-run home run tonight. 1 for 3.
Alva in motion.
The ball gets away, doesn't get far enough. Stolen base, Alex Alva.
Just like you were talking about earlier, Alva waiting for that count, that good runner's count he wants to get into.
And he stole that off of Hunter Mark. He had a great jump. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch was a strike. High, full count.
Dauphiny. Veteran player working a veteran at bat here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Full count.
Inside.
Dauphiny works ball 4. Down to first base. Board's not showing it right now. I believe there's 1 out. Just the pop up to third base there.
Yep, there is 1 out. That's why I gotta have my scorecard.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Let's bring the Swift Current pitching coach out.
Kenny Jinks. How hard was he on you?
He was a good pitcher. He was a good pitcher. He got outs. Yep.
And a pitching change.
It's always nice to see too a summer team's alumni coming back and helping out coach as well the year afterwards.
He was a good one. Last year we had a continuation game, and it was a tough situation for the 57s, a good one for the Beavers. They led, I want to say it was 8-3, and they had the bases loaded for Ryan Muselaar when the game resumed. And they brought in Kenny Jinks, who only pitched to Ryan Muselaar, and they got him out. And I thought it was a brilliant managing decision by Jason Vena.
Yeah.
So a submarine righty, Chase Cummins, 5'11", 165-pound freshman at Cerro Coso Community College. He's from Orcutt, California. So far on the year, Cummins has appeared in 9 games prior to this, started 1. 17 innings pitched, allowed 28 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned, has 15 strikeouts to go along with 7 walks, has an 0-1 record, and a 9.52 earned run average. He's going to pitch to the right-handed hitting Ian Hack. And experience tells me that, when you get these, I saw it with a sidearm left-hander a couple of years ago, Jacob Clark. That was a really good arm. But early on when he got out there, he could leave one inside and clip you.
Yep.
But once he was out for a bit, he's dialed in. But
You knew Jacob Clark quite well, didn't you?
did know Jacob Clark right well. He's engaged,
Is he? Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. So a wedding will be forthcoming. His fiance still in university, so that has to finish there first, and then it'll take place. But Ian Heck with 2 aboard and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, scored tied at 6.
Heck watches that frisbee slider off in the other box there.
A little bit reminiscent of Devin Costa last year with the Beavs.
Yep.
But he was really accurate. He didn't walk as many and didn't have a 9.5 ERA either.
Watch that one for strike 1.
But if you can throw strikes, you have the ability to be really effective.
It's just such a different angle from down there. And I feel like, in my opinion, submarine pitchers and sidearms, I think everyone is a little bit different. Heck, not happy with that strike 2 call. Resets, gets back in the box with 1-2 pitch.
Braden Mayencourt on deck. Foul tip squeezed by Ayala, 2 outs. Strikeout number 1 for Chase Cummins. 4th strikeout of the night for Swift Current pitching. And Braden Mayencourt with 2 aboard and 2 outs.
Mancourt, where's that pitch?
That wasn't what I expected. I didn't expect it to get away into the far batter's box. I expected it to just stay inside and clip somebody, but a hit batter.
I can actually say from experience, I've actually worn a lot of those submarine sliders and fastballs as well. And I think it's the slider that gets a little bit extra run on it and can just get away.
Yeah, fair enough.
The glove side for those right-handed submarine pitchers.
Nope, you need a new pencil. Gonna have to finish this one in ink. Low, ball 1 to Trevor Dale.
Now with the bases loaded, Dale could even walk. He could wear a pitch, and that's going to put the Beavers up 1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Zach Tanabe on deck. Dale's due. And he is 1 for 3 tonight, but when I say due, I mean he's due for something. He's due for fireworks.
And Dale with an incredibly hot start to his summer. Did like 4 bombs in the first week from what I remember. Especially when the Beavers came to Moose Jaw.
Yeah, he had 2 there. He had 2 in Manhattan. And that's hit on the ground through the 5-6 hole. That's going to score 1 and 2 as Dauphiny hustles in to score a 2-run single for Trevor Dale.
That's a good 2-0 swing to punch that one through the 6th hole, scoring 2. Put the Beavers up 8-6 here.
Alba and Dauphiny score. 2-run single for Trevor Dale. 2 for 4 tonight with a run scored and a couple RBIs. And Zach Tanabe with 2 aboard.
And you know what they say, John? 2-out hitting wins ball games.
It does.
Absolutely.
It always comes down to that at the end of the day. Win or lose, it's how you did with runners in scoring position.
Sometimes it takes an out or two to get those guys into scoring position, and then you wind yourself up and run on second, run on third, 2 out, and need a big swing.
Zach Tanabe with a 1-ball count. Foul back. 1-1. Zach 2 for 2 with a triple, a single, and a walk on the night. From Waipahu, Hawaii, the senior at Graceland University in Iowa. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Looks like there's a big right side open as well. If Tanabe can just punch one through on the ground the other way.
Well, and I think that's definitely an opportunity when you got a slider that's going to run away from you, just to reach out and make contact that way.
Yep, just get the head out. Doesn't need to be pretty, especially with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Just reach out and touch someone. Rob Gurney on deck for the Beavers. 1-2 count to Zach Tanabe. That's fouled at the plate. Looked like it was off home plate, and Ayala fielded it in foul territory.
And I think maybe because of the spin on that ball, if Ayala would have waited a second, maybe that ball rolls fair.
Could have.
But he picked it up in the other box, so foul ball it is.
Still 1-2, and sixth pitch of the at-bat already. Pretty steady rain.
A good hole from Tanabe there. Working a 2-2 count here. With 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Zach generally puts together good at-bats. Veteran guy. And that hits him.
That one?
It got away, and it hit him on one hop. It kind of looked funny, actually. Like, bases loaded for Rob Gurney. Singled in his last at-bat. 1 for 3. Opportunity here for Rob to extend the Beaver lead. They're up by 2. It's 8-6 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The slider looked like it was inside, but caught the inside edge. Strike 1. Owen won the count to number 10, Rob Gurney. That's hit in the air to second base. Imai back, and he'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. The Beavers do get 2 runs on only 1 base hit. There were no Swift Current errors and 3 runners left on base, 2 in scoring position. After 6 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 8, the Swift Current 57 6th. We'll be back with the 7th inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. If you have a Prairie Sky Co-op playback bingo, bring your program to the announcer booth for verification.
He thinks I won. I think so.
He's a really dialed-in accountant, so.
That's what I thought. I was like, he thinks so. His word for it.
Numbers are match life. Numbers are match life.
And out number 1 on the playbacks as well.
Hunter back out for what looks to be his 3rd inning of work, I believe, out of the pen.
He could be out there till the end. Take a look at point streak here and try and see what his pitch count is, because I am completely too lazy to count them up. I have them all. I'll just wait till point streak corrects. Cummins threw 17 pitches and only 10 of them for strikes in his 2/3. So Ethan Webster working point streak tonight. Sorry. Wet ball. Wet ball. Wet ball. It wasn't wet. Well, if you're going to sail one, that's the one to sail. He is concussed, you know. No, I'm just kidding.
That ball visibly wet. That warm-up throw down to second was sailed into center field, and it's very unlike Robert Gurney. So
Very unlike. Very unlike.
Must be nature's calling here. The rain starting to get heavier here in the top of the seventh in Weyburn.
It's a good time to be ahead.
Yes, it is.
One ball to count to Luis Ayala. Ayala 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Hits that hard.
Tanabe climbs the ladder.
You should have saw the play he made in Okotoks on the 27th, the first game in Okotoks. I mean, he climbed. I mean, probably 2 feet higher than that. It was ridiculous.
You know, he's one of the taller shortstops in the league as well, I'd have to say. He's got long arms, and that's some reach to get up there and take away a single.
The only guy that I can think of that's taller is Matthew Fox for the Red Sox.
Yes, you're right. He's
The only guy.
Yeah.
Because most of them are little guys.
Yep.
Inside to Donovan Borg, ball 1. Borg 0 for 2 with a walk. Kind of a common theme there.
The rain seems to be coming down a little bit heavier here at Tom Lang Park.
Oh,
Wind's still blowing out to right field.
I think we're going to get a delay here real soon.
We'll have to get the Beaver field crew out on the tarp, perhaps.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as the players.
Yeah, a.k.a. Yeah, the grounds crew.
AKA all hands on deck. Yeah.
There, my spotter taking a look at the weather map to see where this system is. And it's just started. So, wet ball gets away.
Pinter. Looking as if that ball slipped right out of his hand. That one went to the backstop. Oh, and some lightning.
That will shut this down in a hurry.
And that's an immediate 30-minute delay.
So we're going to take a 30-minute break. So play the longest spot you got. And we'll be back to let you know if this thing's going to resume.
There goes the Beaver field crew. Down to get that tarp on the field.
Well, we're back at Tom Lang Park, and this one's officially in the books. The Beavers, an 8-6 win here at Tom Lang Park. The winning pitcher, Logan Kinter. And for Logan, that will be win number 3 on the year. His record runs to 3 wins and 4 losses. And for the 57s, the losing pitcher, that won't be Hunter Mark, will it? No, it won't. It will be Chase Cummins will be the loser. And that will make his record 0-2. There is no save tonight. It's kind of a common theme for the Beavers. No saves on the year.
And the Beavers with the tarp slide here. Send off to the fans.
Everybody for coming out to the game tonight. Have a safe drive home and stay dry on the walk to the park.
So for the Beavers, I think you'll try to figure out a Boston Pizza player of the game. Boy, Alex Alva with 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. 2 for 3 on the night. He's a strong candidate. Ryan Dauphiny, 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run. He's a candidate. Trevor Dale, 2 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. Dylan Parton with a solid start. We get a lot of candidates for the Player of the Game award, that's for sure. Who do you got?
For what?
Boston Pizza Player of the Game.
For the Beavers?
I
might have to go with Logan Kinter, in my opinion. He came out of the pen in a really tough spot, which could have been a pivotal moment for the Beavers. And he came in with the base loaded, no out, and he got them.
Yes, he did. He came in, struck out a pair, walked one, and then got a ground ball to get out of the inning. It was massive. It was a point in the game where it could have got out of the hand. Could have got out of hand on the Beavers. Just 1 run allowed on the night, and that was Vale reaching on an error. So that one unearned. So no earned runs on the night for Logan Kinter. 2 1/3 innings pitch, and the winning pitcher Logan Kinter is your Boston Pizza Player of the Game. So on behalf of myself, John Preddy, my color man, Austin Gurney, the best spotter and best producer in the business, Lisa Preddy, to everyone back at FloCollege Central, I'm John Preddy. Thank you for listening to Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball, live on FloCollege. Thank you, and good night.